Frank Ocean is one of the most mysterious artists in modern day music. He done been accused of scamming his fans, scamming his label, really a lot. One of the biggest examples of him kind of scamming his fans was back at Coachella 2023. See, to really understand the situation, people was already expecting Frank Ocean to pull out the show because at this time, it wouldn't be no surprise to anybody if Frank pulled out of the show, and I'm gonna get into that point later on. Just keep it in the back of your mind for me. It's time for the show, and remember, this is his first live show since 2017, and it's going down in 2023. So time comes for the show. Frank's first performance come on, and it was really bad. A lot of the people who even attended the show didn't enjoy it. But not only that, he showed up an hour late to his own performance. And keep in mind, Coachella got a real strict
that nigga
curfew.
Frank Ocean pulled up.
Leading up to the show, it was supposed to be live streamed free on Coachella YouTube channel. Slate wrote this about the first weekend. To start, Ocean's fans from all around the world were patiently anticipating a free live stream of his set, which the music festival had promoted as part of its biggest year of live stream programming yet. But mere hours before Ocean took the stage, the live stream was canceled. Fans resorted to TikTok and Instagram live stream from festival goers, all of which would have been forgivable, except that when the singer finally did make it on stage, he gave what many audience members felt was an anticlimactic performance. Performing in a puffer jacket with his hood up behind a large screen, the musician himself was barely visible. He also didn't sing very many of his songs, instead mixing a couple of covers and several remixes played by his DJ. So think about it. Frank pulls up late to his own show in what, 5-6 years, and basically performs behind the stage. Niggas couldn't even see him.
Everyone is mad at.
I ain't gonna lie, I'll be pissed, cause like I'm a fan of Frank Ocean. Yeah, we know Frank like niggas, but that ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. I love Frank Ocean music. You making me want to shed a tear. He's so musically talented. But I ain't know this nigga was gonna turn into Kanye/Lauryn Hill. Nigga, you could stayed at the house and just gave us a free album. You don't have these people pull up to Coachella for you to perform backstage. We don't want to see that. We want to see you, Frank.
At Frank Ocean, we're leaving Coachella right now, and this is why. All right, I'm gonna start off by saying
Coachella low-key played out, man. I ain't gonna lie.
People got there as early as 8 a.m. today. Secondly, he only performed for about 30 minutes max. Only did 3 of his popular songs. And the biggest thing is he never came out. He was behind the screen the whole entire time. By half the show, it was half empty already. People were leaving the entire time. I'm not
was he a
saying,
headliner or was he just
that's up to you
performing?
guys,
Because
but,
if he was a headliner,
people feel very scammed today.
3 is short.
But the performance wasn't even supposed to be like that to begin with. See, originally, this performance was supposed to be crazy. I mean, it's his first show in years. Of course he was going to go crazy, right? He was, but he didn't. At
that
first,
was
he
his
had
first
a
show
whole ice
back,
rink
though.
with ice skaters with a whole choreography put together. And these people were spending weeks and months learning this whole dance and everything they put together for this performance. Even Coachella had approved the stage and signed off on it months in advance. And guess what happens? The day of the show, not the day before, not a week before, not a month before.
Hey, chat, imagine being a part of production and being a part of like just his crew, being a part of his backup dancers, being a part of the backup singers. Just imagine being a part of this nigga staff for Coachella. Nigga, y'all done did all this rehearsing, practicing, everything set out. Everything is ready to go for tomorrow, the night of. Niggas like, nah, scratch that, nigga. This what I'ma do. I'ma come out by myself. I don't need no background singers. Y'all can keep them niggas. It's just me. I'm Frank. I got this. Imagine doing all that the night of, nigga. I might gotta jump you, Frank. Matter of fact, I don't know if y'all niggas know who T-Rail is, but I might gotta pull a T-Rail on Frank Ocean. Go look up that story.
The day of the show, this nigga Frank comes out and just cancel it. He was like, we not doing the ice rink no more. That's done for. And that's why Frank showed
had
up
an ice rink
because
for
he
Coachella?
had them people take the whole rink down. He also said that if the people ain't take the rink down, he wasn't gonna perform at all. And you gotta remember, this show wasn't just about Frank. Think about all them people that sat there and bust their ass to learn this choreography and make sure everything was perfect. Niggas was probably going home every day stressing out trying to get this dance and get everything they had together right. So imagine how they was feeling. That's something they spent weeks learning every single day just got threw out a window at an instant, no warning. And when it happened, a lot of the people who was working with Frank was mad.
We got our skates. We're ready to rock. The bus of all the other
Am I
skaters
still
who weren't
getting
at
paid,
Coachella
though?
already has arrived. They're all
'Cause
sitting
I'm
in
still
wardrobe.
getting
It's a
paid.
nightmare. We sit at this
don't care
hotel
what you doing,
and we
Frank.
run into the figure skaters. These Olympic figure skaters, mind you. They have a disgruntled look on their face, and they casually mentioned to us that they just got a phone call and they've been cut from the show. So we're sitting there like, what the is happening right now? Like, these Olympians just got cut from this Coachella performance with
Frank
Frank
just
Ocean.
had a
and they
Beyonce
think
moment.
that
That's
we're
what
gonna
it
go
is.
on,
That's what
but a
happened.
bunch of
Nigga
ditch
turned to
former
Beyonce
hockey
and
players
Lauryn
are gonna go up on that stage and buzz around. So we're already getting bad vibes here. We then get in this runner's van. We head over to wardrobe. They're putting on this ridiculous chrome diamond makeup on everybody.
Say what he said on the air, but he at the dress rehearsal got really mad because we were getting in trouble for being late, and not us, like the whole production was getting in trouble by Coachella because we had a cutoff and like it was too loud or whatever. Had a hot mic on that he forgot, so we're all sitting there listening to him going off on some people, but
This nigga was
incredibly
Frank.
level-headed and
This
respectful.
nigga Frank,
like everything.
hold on, wait. This nigga Frank was mic'd up while he was doing the temper tantrum backstage. Niggas ain't even know, bruh. See, that was his evilness working back on him right there. Because, like, bro, nigga, how do you forget you mic'd up, nigga? Hold on, wait. Did the staff hear him? Or did the crowd hear him? Because if the crowd heard him, that's bad. Nah, that's bad. And we got to take a step further here. And we got to give Tyler, the Creator, his flowers. Tyler done grew so big in the industry. Bruh, I say this all the time, bruh. I remember being in high school when Tyler, the Creator first came out, bro. And I remember waking up every morning hearing that boom, choom, doo doo, Wolf Gang, bro. I remember hearing that every morning and seeing that music video and watching this nigga eat the roach, and I'm like, this nigga's not gonna last that long. And he outlasted what I thought he wasn't gonna last. That nigga overlasted it. Tyler is now one of the biggest artists out here today. Got his own festival and everything. Makes songs with Lil Wayne and everything. Matter of fact, we're gonna take it a step further. He made songs with Uncle Charlie Wilson. Nigga, if that ain't goals, I don't know what it is. But, bro, keep in mind, Frank Ocean came from the Tyler, the Creator tree. He from Odd Future. We know this nigga from rent a supercar for a day, ride around with your girl, blow a couple of hate. Nigga, we know where Frank Ocean come from. Why you acting like a diva? And the nigga who umbrella you came from ain't acting like no diva. Humble yourself, Frank.
He was saying was just the facts, why I'm frustrated. You know, this is how I think it can be right. It wasn't you know, you hear these stories of like throwing people, and he was so cool, calm, and collected while expressing, I am furious about this, but please understand why, and let's help bridge this gap. And I was like, Frank? Yeah. Like that was I liked that a lot.
And someone who went to the show spoke on his experience.
It wasn't easy to see him. It was quite dark, but we saw Frank Ocean in the middle of the stage. Barely could see his face.
This
and he
nigga
was singing.
Frank is on opium vibes.
No, I can't emphasize this enough how much we couldn't see him because most of the stage was just screens. So there was like a little rectangle where we could see Frank Ocean.
Playboy Cardi.
Horrible lighting. And as the show went on, a lot of times we had a lot of silence between songs. Frank Ocean would disappear. It just didn't make any sense. And aside the songs he played, there were no new songs. A lot of songs he lip synced, like songs like Chanel, Nights, and a lot of songs were performed with alternative arrangements. I think always of Wiseman, where he did a punk rock version of Wiseman. Beats were different. A lot of songs were hard to recognize without, of course, the lyrics.
See, bruh, like as I got older and I started to peep how concerts roll versus how the actual music roll, I kind of like slowed down. I want to go see live performance of some of my favorite artists. Cause bro, if your stage presence is not there, I'm not gonna be there. Nigga, you think I'm about to pay for this ticket to sit at this boring concert with you? No. Give me some excitement, nigga. Now, with that being said, I would go to a Beyonce concert. You wanna know why? Cause she's gonna put on a show. I would go to a Drake concert. You wanna know why? Cause he's gonna put on a show. You think I wanna pay for these tickets just to go to sleep, nigga? No. Give me a show. Now I go to a Kanye concert too, cause I already know. You already know. He's gonna put on the show. He be floating and performing. That's different.
As if it was an intermission or a break, there was a 10-minute DJ set. Now the DJ was cool. She had that Jersey mix on. But something happened that pissed me off so much. To this day, I am filled with anger every time I think about it. The twerking security guard. Holy, like this shit, man, got
Frank
me.
got a nigga twerking
Nah, man,
on
I did
side.
not
don't
like
see
that.
no nigga
I did
twerking.
It was so useless. You had a security guard twerking for like 10 minutes, bro. Come to find out, he's actually a DJ. Cool for him, but we didn't need all that, bro. I just wanted to hear Frank Ocean sing. I need to see you twerking, bro.
So
See,
really
Frank,
think about.
See, Frank, bro, I gave you the pass. We know you like niggas. When I heard Forrest Gump, bro, like, my young ears couldn't take it. I was wondering what you was talking about, bro. You over here talking about Forrest Gump legs whole time. I still like the song, because I wasn't worried about who you like. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm here for the music. I just like the music. Now you got DJs / security guards up there twerking. Nah, nigga. Give me my money back. I'm going
just
home,
how much
nigga.
of a disaster the show was.
You
People
canceled.
waited months, came from all around the world. People waited years just to see Frank perform. Then he comes out, and we barely even see him on stage. A lot of people was feeling like he didn't even want to be there. He was just obligated to. One person who seen the live show wrote this. He was 1.5 hours late, so we all standing there in the cold and wait. He would have really long, weird, and silent pauses throughout the set, like 2 minutes of pure silence. He kept bringing on people, but not even participating in the song, just letting them sing or DJ. There was also a 6-minute rave in the middle of his concert. His whole stage setup was made so that the audience couldn't see him no matter how close we were. We couldn't see the stage, so
See,
everyone
Frank
had to
on the
watch the
opium
screen the
vibes.
whole time. The screen itself would barely even show him too. You see in the videos I'll
That nigga
post
think
later,
he
it was like a
Playboy
weird film. People traveled
and
so
Kanye.
far to see him, and people had high expectations because he hasn't played in 6 years. And we all got really disappointed. The whole production was just lacking, and he was really not bringing much to the whole performance. I think he did like 6 total songs of his original music. Anyhow, everyone in the crowd was shook, and a lot of people left early, including me. But guess what? It gets worse. He wasn't just performing one time. He had 2 performances. He did this first one that had people mad, and when time came for the second show, he pulls out. He was basically like, I got an ankle injury, I'm not gonna perform. And this had the internet on fire. Every side of the internet was mad at him, calling him a scammer, saying that he was dead ass wrong for doing his fans like this. And a lot of people,
Bro, imagine man on stage. Hold on, bro. Where my microphone at? Like, let me get my microphone at, bro. We gonna use this as a microphone. Imagine man on stage. Yeah, always smoking in the house. What if my mama was over? Nah. I got an ankle injury. We gone. Nigga, we starting a riot at your concert, bro. We just starting a riot. Doing all time. All this, like, bro, whatever I just ordered from the concession stand to eat, it's going on that stage with you, bro. For sure. Like, I might gotta come up and spear you or something. Hit you with the Sweet Chin musical. Cause nigga, what you mean your ankle hurt? Nigga, my ankle hurt too. I'm here with you, Frank. Perform, nigga.
was looking at
Sit
Frank
down.
kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie, it was deserved. New York Times wrote this. Frank Ocean was unable to perform the intended show, but was still intent on performing. And in 72 hours, the show was reworked out of necessity. On doctor's advice, Frank Ocean is not able to perform weekend 2 due to 2 fractures and a sprain in his leg. Some fans and critics complained that the singer was hard to see throughout the set, which included his hits like Bad Religion and White Ferrari, and that there were pauses throughout. In a statement on Wednesday, Ocean said in his set, it was chaotic, it's some beauty in chaos. It isn't what I intended to show, but I did enjoy bringing people out there, and I'll see you soon. And like I said, this was his first show in years. He had people come from all around the world just to see him. But that was just one of the times he did that. It's been plenty of times over the years where Frank Ocean canceled shows. They actually got a counter every time he canceled a show. But this ain't the only controversy he done been in the 2020s. Back in 2021, he was in a controversy for kind of being out of touch with his fans, out of touch with the world. So to put it in perspective, Frank's last album dropped in 2016, and in 2021 he comes out with this whole jewelry brand named Homer. He comes out, drops some jewelry, drops some necklaces, but he ain't stopped at that. Instead of him coming out here dropping some music, instead of dropping something the fans wanted, Frank Ocean, I swear to God, drops a $25,000 cock ring.
Nah, buddy felt heated about that. He a true Frank. See, I'm a Frank Ocean fan, but I learned to live that Frank does not care about music like that. Like how we care about music and how we care about Frank, he doesn't give us that same respect back. And I learned to live with that. Especially after his last album. Yeah. Now I'm not gonna lie. At first, we was trashing that album. But when you go back and you listen to it, oh no, that album is classic. We love that album now. However, nigga. Yeah, I kind of gave up hope on Frank, bro. I don't even know if Frank's still making music. Matter of fact, when I hear songs today, and I hear new songs today, and Frank is featured on it, I'll be like, this nigga still sing / rap. I thought he gave up.
Hypebeast wrote this. Homer has announced the XXL 8-bone ring. The blinged out accessory is an 18-karat yellow gold cotton ring that's currently retailing for $25,000. Additional details include the diamond encrusted H Homer motifs, and there's other various styles of rings that's available on the official Homer website. Falling between $1,300 and $5,600 lower price range for those who still want to add a bit of spice to their life, but don't want to shell out $250,000. So think about it. This man dropping stuff like this with no actual album, and his fans wasn't liking that. But if we got to be honest, Frank's relationship with albums has always been a strange thing. Take a look back at his very first project on DSPs. I'm not saying his first project ever, just the first project on DSPs, Apple Music.
That's the album I'm talking about right there, Blind. Bro, we slept on Blind when it first came out, but as time went on, we actually enjoy Blind. I enjoy Blind. Now, I'm not gonna lie, my first time hearing Blind, I was in the shower and I had to like turn it off because he was just, y'all know Frank, y'all know what Frank like. Y'all know what Frank like. And like I said at the beginning of this video, that ain't got nothing to do with me and my taste for hit. Now that's a heavy pause right there. Nah, it's a heavy pause. Let me rephrase that. That ain't got nothing to do with my ear listening abilities to his album. Yeah, cause him and the music, I separate that. Nigga, I already think he Lauren London / Kanye. And I just messed up. I said Lauren London. I meant to say Lauryn Hill. Now, I ain't gonna lie, this whole time, bro, I really like be forgetting about Frank. I'm not going, unless he pop up.
He had Channel Orange in 2012 and he had Blonde in 2016. And them the only two albums on his Apple Music. And throughout time, Frank had always been scarce with his music. And he was kind of facing the problem that many other artists face at least once in their career. Labor problems. But Frank pulled something completely different than anything we would see a modern day artist do when they facing labor problems. And before I tell you about that, make sure you go tap in with the second channel. Get Like Prince Live. I say it all the time. If you enjoy the content over here, you gonna enjoy it over there. But Frank finessed the hell out of his label. He pulled one of the biggest heists in modern day music. So Frank was getting into it with his label, and they wasn't on the best terms. And Frank knew that. He was feeling like the only thing that was really holding his career back was his label. So he started plotting. He trying to figure out how he gonna get out this deal. He trying to figure out what he gonna do. And this was something that was gonna take a while for him, but he did it. So Frank goes to his label and they're like, we need one more album out to get you out this deal. and he gives them that one album, but it wasn't a regular album. So leading up to this album, Frank signed a deal with Apple Music, right? And they paid him $20 million for this exclusivity deal. They had him exclusively drop this album on Apple Music, and that's what he did. But remember what I said. This wasn't a regular album. This man drops a visual album on Apple Music that was streamed live for hours.
Yeah, I forgot Frank did basically drop that album like as if he was dropping multiple albums just so he can get out of his label deal. Nigga, I be telling y'all niggas all the time, bro. This mostly like for musicians, like, cause niggas be thinking you gotta sign a deal for everything. You don't really need no deal. Niggas be telling me I might have to sign a deal for YouTube. Nigga, what deal am I signing for YouTube, nigga? I'm my own boss, nigga. But moral of the story is, look, if you're an artist, only sign a deal if you're popping. And I only say that to say this. That deal is low-key gonna help you gain more following. I ain't even gonna say that, because even if you popping, stay solo. Stay solo. Because like I just said, that deal is really only to help you gain more following. And if you popping on the solo tip, all you gotta do is promote yourself. That's really all you gotta do. And that's, I ain't gonna say that's the only thing that deal gonna do. That deal is gonna help you pay stuff off, but you're gonna have to pay that back. It's gonna give you free money, but it ain't really free because you're gonna have to pay that back too. It's gonna help you pay for your album, but you're gonna have to pay that back too. It's just gonna give you mad advances, and it's gonna give you like the support that you can't really handle by yourself. With that being said, you really don't need no label. You really don't. Unless you just know how to play the game by yourself.
In hours, you see Frank building this
You got
staircase.
some good management around.
The album played, and everything was cool, right? Frank label was like, all right, you out the deal. But, nigga, you got to pay that advance. Don't forget we gave you that $2 million. Frank was like, all right. So, he used some money out of that $20 million he got from Apple, paid the rest of that advance off. So, he gets out of his deal with Def Jam. But that ain't the end of the story. The label was probably thinking everything was good. They was like, all right, nigga, we came up $2 million. We got the album for Frank. Until they woke up that next day. Frank ain't just make one album.
He
day
made
after
two.
he drops his weird ass visual album for his label, he comes out, drops his real album, Blind. So really think about it. He made two albums. One that was a visual album to get out the deal, and an actual album that many people consider one of the best albums of all time. So Frank finessed
I
his
remember when
label.
they was talking about this on the Joe Budden
Bad.
podcast.
But you gotta remember, he did this to a record label. And there was going to be some consequences, not to Frank, but to every single other artist in the industry for the rest of time. Think about what he just did. He signed a deal with Apple to get out of his record deal. And the entire world seen it. The entire world laughed at these labels. Def Jam was made a fool in front of the whole world, so they mad. And they cut ties with Apple. They was like, we ain't doing no more deals with Apple. We not doing that no more. And these labels wasn't playing with nobody because a lot of artists lost money because of this. A lot of artists faced the consequences of Frank actions. And there was a point in time where Joe Budden had a whole podcast section dedicated to Frank Ocean kind of scamming these people. Joe said Frank Ocean is a scammer. He is a scammer by the way he got out his deal with Universal. And I think most of his scams are genius, but he'll...
Bro, am I the only one that missed the old JBP? Like, am I the only one? I be trying to listen to, I might gotta like, when I go to work tomorrow, I might gotta listen to a couple new episodes of Joe Budden podcast, but I genuinely miss when Rory and Maul was on there. It was just so like, it was authentic. It's still authentic now, but it's like, everybody low-key add-ons on the show. I don't know if it's just me, but bro, I miss...
always
old
wear
days,
that scammer
man.
tag for me. He fucked it up for a lot of artists. He didn't care. A lot of artists lost revenue streams, took Apple out the game. He didn't care. But this all leads us to one question. Why did Frank disappear? So Frank Ocean being gone and not feeding his fans is not nothing new. Like, I done see it throughout this video. It's always been a part of his career. But this Frank Ocean music drop in his fan base right now is something the world ain't never seen before. See, when Frank came out in 2016 and dropped, like I said, one of the greatest albums of all time, even Apple Music put it on their number 5 best albums on their list, many people consider it to be such a good album. And maybe for him, since he put out something that is looked at as this good, does he want to follow up on it? Does he want to hear the comparisons about whatever body of work he puts out next being compared to Blonde? Does he want to risk the legacy he done built with this album? See, with Frank, it's probably a lot going on in that man's mind. Probably with doubts about the album or life problems just slowing the album down, because it has been a long gap between Blonde and 2024. See, in this time since Blonde came out, something that could have possibly...
Bruh, I said this in the Lil Uzi video. I said this exact same thing what I'm about to say now, bro. You can't really limit yourself, bro. Just because you did bad or you did good on one project, don't look at the next project like, oh, I'm going to do bad or good. Just leave it up to the supporters to tell you if you did bad or good. And even if you did bad or good, still don't let that stop you from making more things in the future, because, bro, you got to look at it like this. You got a certain handful of people that's going to be like, oh, no, this was that's the best thing bro done ever put out. And then you got another handful of people that's like, nah, this nigga's ass. Like, nah, throw this in the trash. This is garbage. Like, bro, nigga, stay out the studio. Where's Tyler? Hello, where's Tyler, the creator? The nigga that's making all this poppin' music, the nigga that's making all the songs with Lil Wayne and Charlie Wilson right now, where is that nigga? Huh? He busy making Sticky and not caring. That's why I like Tyler, the Creator. Cause remember how I said, bro, I used to wake up every morning and get ready for school, and I used to see Goblin on my TV, and I used to think to myself like, this nigga is not gonna make it. And this nigga made it. And then as he progressed in his musical career, he went from a rap artist to a musical artist. This nigga, we know Tyler, the Creator, for a rapper. We know him for being a rapper for sure. But the music he put out, it has nothing to do with rap. It might be trap. It might be R&B. It might be 9 times out of 10, a lot of Tyler, the Creator music now is pop. That nigga make a lot of pop music. We still listen to it. You wanna know why? Because he gained that genuine love from us supporters. And I can't even say that we don't like it, because bro, Tyler is a different type of musical genius. Like, he know what we want to hear. Like I just said, he went from hip hop to pop, and he still make his music pop every time. I mean, he got a hold on his own career right there. So like, bro, sometimes you can't just like, yeah, you should take criticism, especially if you in a creative zone, but don't let that criticism like destroy your creative zone. Because bro, some of them people that's criticizing you, they wouldn't even take like 1 second to step foot into your world. Like, nigga, imagine how many people would probably criticize me on the content I make. Nigga, half them niggas, they wouldn't, let alone sit in this chair. They wouldn't know how to hit that red button. Nigga, I edit my own videos. I make my own thumbnails. I upload my own videos. All that. I'm the process of this. Like, I don't have a team. I am my own team. And I had to teach myself how to do that. So 9 times out of 10, and on top of that, I record my own videos. Nigga, I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, the people who give me that constructive criticism, I guarantee you, if I sat them down in the same seat, they'll be lost. All they gonna do is hit that red button and hit stop. That's the only two things they gonna do. Everything else never gonna work. It's never gonna be produced. It's never gonna be seen or heard of. Cause they don't got the ability to do what I do. You feel me? So it's like, ain't nothing wrong with constructive criticism, but like sometimes you can't take it. You can take that advice, but like you can't like take it to the head sometimes, because bro, sometimes people just don't know what they talk about, even if it is constructive criticism. Like, nah, man, sometimes you don't know.
Had the part to play in whatever he was gonna do or whatever he was gonna drop. Frank Ocean brother had passed away back in 2020. And the point of me bringing this up isn't to really discuss what happened to his brother. It's just to speak on how it affected Frank. See, back when he was doing that Coachella show, he had spoken on how it was affecting
his
him.
brother
He said
passed
this
away.
about his brother. My brother and I came to this festival alive. I felt like I was dragged out here half the time, so I hated the dust. But I knew he would have been so excited to be out here with all of us. And not only that, something I didn't speak on was people was kind of speculating on if the ice rink was kind of dedicated to his brother. Now, I don't know if this is 100% fact. A fan on Reddit wrote this. I don't know if anyone has already talked about it in this sub, but I want to invite everyone to listen to the full Iceman Blonde radio show, including the interview. First, we had a freestyle Come On World You Can't Go, originally recorded in the summer of 2020, and it's centered around Frank's grief following the death of his younger brother, Ryan. In short, Frank explores new ways of being uncomfortable, an ice bath, in the hopes that it can push him farther into healing from loss. It's from the narrative of Iceman, the man responsible for introducing Frank to ice baths. He talks about how adaptable our bodies are and how much we as humans.
Dang, bro. See, I tend to forget all that because I listen to Frank, but I only listen to Frank like when Frank pop up on my music. I be forgetting what happened at the beginning. I be forgetting. See, now that kind of made me rethink on everything I was saying, though. But see how he said he had to push himself to be uncomfortable, bro? Sometimes, especially if you in the creative zone, I feel like you should always be uncomfortable. You should never really get too comfortable, because once you get comfortable, you become a little complacent, you become lazy, you become used to whatever you're doing. I can say anytime I became comfortable with doing this, I get lazy. Be like how I've been recording all month straight. Usually I'll be like, oh, no, I'm tired. I'm not about to record nothing. Hey, good. I'm locked in right now. But me being locked in is an uncomfortable state of mind. So like, I'd rather take that uncomfortableness than to be comfortable. But I think with Frank, he had to try to force himself to be uncomfortable, but he was doing that to like forget about his brother's death, and that ain't really good because I don't think he was in the right mind space to try to be creative, especially if his brother just passed and he dedicated his music to him. He probably should have took the time out to like chill and grieve a little bit. Cause now he forcing himself to like make something for the fans, and the fans might not want to hear that. And it's gonna be hard on him because he's not really doing it for the fans. He's doing it because he's grieving. He just lost his brother. Yeah, man. Damn, Frank. Damn, man. See, now that we get to this part of the story right here, it made me feel a little bad for Frank because, damn, he tried to give us something, man. It wasn't what he thought it was going to be.
Are built to get out of sticky situations, emotional and physically. It's not to cure grief, nothing is, but it's a call out for everyone to keep on trying. So the whole concept of Coachella was Iceman, the outfit, the ice skaters, the ice rink. He was singing Come On World You Can't Go, the set being dedicated to his brother. Everything connects perfectly. Hopefully, we are able to see the concept on W2. Now, that also could have played into him having that whole ice rink tear down and why he didn't want to perform if they didn't tear it down. So it could have just been he didn't want to feel them emotions from his brother. But I guess We don't know. So it really just seems like Frank done abandoned his music and his fans really for many reasons. Will fans ever get another album from Frank Ocean? Who knows? I guess only time will tell. But if you want to hear me speak more about Frank Ocean, click on the vid on screen right now.
That was a W video right there.